You ever wanted to go deer hunting with an Asian bow, but you knew that Asian bows are fast and powerful, but they're not necessarily accurate? I'm going to show you a way that you can make your Asian bow accurate by cutting away a center cut rest and forming a center cut rest, and by using a shooting method that'll make it as accurate as a compound bow. Watch. That target is at 17 meters, the most common shot in all of deer hunting, 17 meters from the stand. Let's take a shot at it with this 40-pound Asian bow from AF Archery. I'm going to pretend I'm sitting in a stand in a ghost blind or something like that, that I'm shooting sitting down from 17 meters away. Step one, 5-step shooting method to shoot this bow. Step one, I'm going to choose a gap between the nocking point of the arrow and the drawing point of my finger when anchored under my chin. That's going to determine the elevation of the arrow. It's going to be measured in fingers. 3 fingers is going to give me the elevation I need for a 17-meter shot. Step 2, I'm going to draw back under my chin. Step 3, I'm going to look down the left edge of the bowstring over the top of the arrow. Step 4, I'm going to put the tip of that arrow right smack on the X. Step 5, I'm going to make a small motion release. If you don't think that you can hunt with an Asian bow because it's not accurate enough, you just saw that was plenty accurate. That's an absolute kill shot.
Now what do you see?
Oh, come and see. This takedown, AF Archery takedown bow. Yeah, here's a one piece, same company, 25 pounder. You can pull it if you want. I put another little one on that, a little sanded down.
Oh, I see what you did. What is
Golf
that,
tee.
little doll? Oh, golf tee.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Oh, I didn't invent that one. Other people have tried. Whenever you've got like an English longbow or anything like that. And then I'm applying my Vogtland shooting method. So I'm picking a gap between the nocking point of the arrow and the anchor point of my finger of 2 3/4 fingers. I'm anchoring under my chin so I can look right down the left edge of the bowstring. Put the tip of the arrow right on the center of that black and make a small motion release. These things pull on that and just hold. What you'll see is that these Asian bows, they don't stack. They start off hard and they just pull the same weight all the way to the back to full draw. But it makes them so efficient. This thing shoots. If I chronograph this arrow right now coming out of this 40-pound bow,
That's a 40-pounder?
you got to pull on this. Pull it to full draw and hold it.
And you're drawing it to...
Pull it to full draw.
Oh, yeah.
But do you feel that? It starts off harder than your regular recurve, but then it stays at that strength, at that draw weight the whole way. So you end up with, when it, and the limbs are so small, they're so massless that they're fast. If I chronograph that bow.
Where's the two-piece?
Oh.
Come apart at the head?
All right, guys, you got to see this. Aaron, come in and say hi right here.
Hello? How you doing?
And then you're going to grab this and film me.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to stand here so I don't trip. I'm going to pop this out. I'm going to make sure that the bottom's over there. Are you watching?
Wow, hey.
Did you guys hear that? You see how tight the tolerances are on that? Listen.
Wow, it's the suction on there, huh?
Plus it's got a little pin. Do you see the slot that's right in here?
Okay,
What
so
that
it doesn't
slot does,
torque.
so it can rotate back and forth now, but the minute I push it all the way in, there's no rotating. It's hung in. How cool is that?
Now that's a nice toy.
This one came in, I bought this brand new from AF Archery, 239 bucks. But what's cool is it's so easy to string, and yet from the moment you start pulling right here, there's a good 20-pound draw. Unlike a recurve bow, when you first start pulling, it's 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, sure.
You know, like 10, 20, 30, 40, and then it's 40 out here. But this thing, even starting right here, 10, 20, 40 right there. 40, 40, 40. The last half of the draw is all 40. So the minute you let go, it's pulling 40, 40, 40, 40, 30, 30, 20 and letting go. Not 40, not from the moment you let go. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Yeah.
You have a huge power curve. The area under that stress strain curve, underneath that displacement draw weight curve, that's the power that the bow is capable of imparting on an arrow. The momentum it's capable of
Nice
transferring.
tripod too, by the way.
Okay.
That's a nice tripod. I was like, that's a nice tripod.
Those are like $40 on Amazon.
Was it really?
I find all kinds of really good deals.
So this you got off of Amazon?
Yeah, you can look up
eBay?
AF Archery. You got your camera with you? Go take a picture of that right here.
28 at 40, huh? And about a $200 bow. It's just a little over 200.
$200. You can buy them on Amazon. You can even do a search for AF Archery. This is a takedown Qatar. And then
you put the little
this pin in.
yeah.
I actually ground this in too because
Really?
there's a metal pin going down the middle. So I know it's going to be plenty
so
strong. If I
sure.
peeled this back, you'd see a metal pin in there easily as thick as a pencil.
So you basically
I made a center
started
cut.
cutting it closer to center.
I made a center cut rest, yes. Why? And what you get, then you get you get the best of both worlds out of this bow. You get the efficiency, the sheer power and the speed. This thing, if I chronograph this sucker, instead of it being around 160, 170 feet per second, like so many 40-pound recurve bows,
Sure.
this is going to chronograph out at about 210. I shit you not. I can actually do a regular draw that I would use on a 60-pound bow, and I can hit that 90-meter target. For the same draw weight, it's just so fast at putting all the energy back into the arrow, not wasting it in the mass of the limb trying to move.
And I noticed that for 40 pounds, it was quiet.
Quiet, everything. So you get speed, you get quiet, but the one thing that holds a lot of Asian bows back is you gotta wrap around the fucking handle. Why? You don't get the accuracy that you need because it was never meant to be a hunting bow. It was meant to be a pull an arrow out, draw, pull an arrow out, draw, pull an arrow out, draw. You weren't that concerned about accuracy. You were concerned about speed and whether or not you can sit on a horse and shoot it. But now if you make a cutaway rest on this thing, you end up with the best of both worlds. And this thing is so tiny. It sits underneath my blind, my ghost blind. You can't even see it. And when I walk through the woods, I've got this other big Junzing that I really like. But in the colder weather, that thing is cold. You know, the metal handle, when you're sitting there holding onto it for hours at a time, your hand gets numb, it gets so cold. And this thing, nothing. Just nothing.
So are they ambidextrous for the most part?
Yes.
Now it's the right hand draw.
It's a right hand, but when you buy it, it's actually got a little pad on both sides. Whatever this little pad you see here was actually on the other side too. Just like this one. This one doesn't even have a pad. But this one actually was cut away even better. But it's only, I think this was the first one I bought and it was 25 pounds. So I'll pull it out, at my draw length, I'll pull it out to 35 pounds, but that's not enough to hunt.
That's a really clever use of a golf tee. I'm like, I mean, I have longbows that I shoot off my hand.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish I had a rest. I'm like, I'm going to try a golf tee.
Exactly. You always wish you had even the tiniest little rest.
Little shelf that you can sit on.
Like I said, I didn't invent that one. That was somebody clever, more clever than me.
That's a really fun boat. 25 pounds. This thing is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's almost like a toy.
And it feels, and yet it's really fast. If I chronograph that one, it'll probably chronograph out at around 150, 160. As strong as any 40-pound, standard 40-pound recurve.
This is a 1 pound, right? This is one piece, right?
One piece. So that one probably came in at about, oh God, I'd have to look, 160. Nothing wrong with that accuracy.
No, I mean, that's about as accurate as any other wooden stick.
Kill shot. If you want to learn how to do this in 5 steps in 30 seconds, come to my YouTube channel. We'll see you out there. Cut!